Greetings and salutations, good friends, and welcome to Blades in Paradise. My name is Dr. Winston Thoreau, and I will be your guide to the perils and pleasures of our paradise amidst the post-apocalyptic Pacific Northwest. Now, we'll get to the chicanery and shenanigans momentarily, but before we do, allow me to deliver some news. Blades in Paradise is an actual play podcast run in John Harper's Blades in the Dark, and we're sponsored by the developer Evil Hat Games. Use code BARDROCK10 at checkout to save on your order. Bard Rock Network is sponsored by Dragon Master Games. Visit dragonmastergames.com for all your CCG, TCG, TTRPG, and miniature game needs. If you enjoyed the stories we tell, you can tip us on Ko-fi or visit us at patreon.com/bardrockcafe. By sponsoring the network, you not only help us provide an ever-expanding library of shows, but gain access to bonus content, the network Discord, quarterly backer games with the network community, and an annual swag bag. Now, without further ado, let's join Lizzie, Sterling, and Max, as well as myself, the crew of ESPN. Enjoy.
Blades in Paradise is a dystopian story intended for adults. These stories intentionally address challenging topics that might not be suitable for all ears. This campaign includes content warnings for gun violence, child endangerment, animal cruelty, unintentional misgendering of a non-binary person, substance use, and graphic descriptions of injuries, including the eyes. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome back to Blades in Paradise, the #1 actual play podcast where the players have to narrowly avoid death traps inside a steampunk hot dog and shoe factory. I'm Paul, apparently now the Blades daddy of our first campaign. Suck it, Anthony Birch.
Blade daddy.
I have been informed by our legal department that Anthony Birch cannot legally trademark the term daddy, and I am in the clear, actually. Our legal department may or may not be Jim, and that may or may not be a joke. As always, I'm joined by the most precarious plunderers in paradise.
I'm a lawyer, but not your lawyer. My name's Jim. I play Dr. Winston Thoreau. And a fun fact about Winston is that when he first went over to the famous factory, he quickly learned the rule that famous Amos put into place for all of the family members when he initially founded the factory, is that you don't ever ask anyone to do something that you yourself would not be willing to do. And so Winston has had to work every single job in the factory. How did he manage to accomplish that, you ask, when he was only there for a year and was, presumably dragged away for various and sundry experiments? Well, you see, there are no child labor laws in paradise, and so Winston was forced to work as many hours as needed to accomplish all of the famous family's goals. When it comes to child labor laws, Winston is a fervent advocate at this point in his career. He may change his mind now that he is a CEO. He does reserve that right.
Power and money.
Notably, ESPN does not employ children.
Yet. Our HR person is getting pretty old at this point, so we may need to replace them with someone younger.
As of his tenure, Benny had not intentionally employed any children. Whether or not you change that is up to you.
Hello. I'm Justin. I play the rapscallion lurker Maximilian Graves. Fun fact about old Maxie. It is illegal to own only one guinea pig in Switzerland, and that's how he's lived his life.
It's also illegal to buy one guinea pig in Canada, although I do have one guinea pig.
What happened to the other one?
She's a fighter.
Alright, well, notably, since your guinea pig is a fighter, it sounds like you need to get a full party, so you need 3 other guinea pigs to fill out the rest of the action economy.
Yeah, I need the jokester, I need the leader, I need the tech wizard.
And they're all named Max.
Where are you going to find a guinea pig that's made a demonic pact?
They all have made that. Fun fact about guinea pigs, they all make demonic pacts.
Hi, I'm Queenie. I play Lizzie the Hound with my faithful companion Shadow. And today's fun fact is I've actually only been working for ESPN for about 5 years. What happened before that? Nobody knows.
Yet.
Got tenure.
I think you don't mean tenure, you mean seniority. Tenure is a thing specific to certain work things.
It really depends on the situation.
Sterling is working towards ESPN tenure, and that's canon now.
You'll unionize under my watch like hell.
I'm Riley, here to play Scrappy Dappy Sterling. Once upon a time, Sterling brought the following to an open mic night, specifically one in a pub known to be patronized by some higher income folks, right before being kicked out. Rowdy anarchists, super pissed at propagandists and capitalists. Damn pseudo-scholars overvaluing dollars. Fuck shot callers, we stand taller. Psychosocial cis, threatened violent briz. On my list, won't be missed, taste my fist, fascist shit. I'm done.
I do applaud you. At your request prior to the recording, I'm going to stop giving you bonus dice for writing awesome slam poetry.
Oh, I didn't ask you not to, I just said I don't expect it. Just so my team doesn't get mad at me.
Yeah, no more slam poetry. Put gently placed poetry.
So
I've done a
haikus.
haiku.
Did I reward you for the haiku? I don't remember.
You reward us with every game.
Alright, last time, you successfully made it past the steampunk conveyor belts of death by dumb luck when Queen picked one at random. You then absolutely destroyed the world's most overpriced vending machine before steampunk Robocop showed up with a SWAT team to try and arrest you all. You successfully dealt with that situation before entering the animal testing area of Floor 51, where you were locked in a decontamination chamber that is now rapidly filling with gas. As the gas fills the room, and none of you had a chance to hold your breath first, you feel the effects immediately as the gas triggers some shared hallucinations of your individual memories. You see the Paradise train station, the wind blowing dust and swirls as a younger Sterling, about 18 years of age, steps off one of the trains in dirty jorts and a bloody sleeveless hoodie, with a cast in rough shape on their right arm. Shorter hair than normal, less scars, and no visible tattoos. Waiting for Sterling is a lithe young woman with red hair and a well-styled pixie cut, a leather jacket covered in chains and spikes, and a matching leather skirt and combat boots. Welcome back to Paradise. What, you didn't expect me?
Sterling kind of shrugs, a little ashamed. I don't know what to expect anymore, Mercy.
You know what you need, my friend? Vengeance. Where do you want to start?
I guess I should grab some stuff from my place. My parents' place, I mean. Then I don't know if I want to kill Grace myself or never see her again.
You know, I didn't really buy her version's events for a second, by the way. I hope you know that.
Smarter than me.
So the two of them walk in silence for a while, and then stop in front of a small house, no lights on the inside. The sun is starting to go down.
Let's get in and out while they're at work or whatever.
And you all watch as Sterling unlocks the door and enters, heads straight for their room, tear off a loose flap of degrading wallpaper to retrieve something from a hidden fist-sized hole in the wall. Craig the Egg, as you may recall. Sterling puts Craig in a backpack with some notebooks and a couple of shirts, rips more of the paper, and kicks more holes. Hell yeah! And Mercy takes out a knife and starts slicing the mattress, and the two of them just keep destroying shit extensively throughout the house.
I feel a little better.
I guess you need a new place now, not safe out there. You can crash with me anytime you want. Short term, though. Temporarily, just until you start looking for something tomorrow. You can come to my place tonight.
Thank you. Sterling drops the house key on the floor. Won't need that ever again.
And you watch as the two of them make sure to leave the front door wide open as they leave. And you all realize, as your vision comes back in, and this room is filled even more with gas, that was a shared hallucination of what you presume to be one of Sterling's memories.
Did anybody else notice this? I thought I was watching what they used to call the boob tube.
What is the boob tube?
Oh, this is bad. This is very, very bad.
Oh, it's a fascinating device. It was a square that you watched other people's lives and made up believe stuff and a lot of political things so you could walk around and be mad for the rest of the day.
Are you saying you saw what I just saw?
Yeah.
Saw it. I could smell it.
Oh.
Yes, we...
Your parents have horrible taste in interior decorations. Like, that was the gaudiest house I've ever seen.
Shh, don't listen to him. He's jealous, you see. Because if you turn around...
Oh, he's correct.
No, it was gauche. Those drapes did not match any of those furniture.
I think the good doctor's a little bougie, don't you? Dr. Bougie Thoreau?
We need to find a way out of this room, because this is just going to keep happening until we manage to get out of here.
I will also say really quick, Max said he could smell it. No, he could not, because that gas smells so strongly of hot dog.
Your head smelled like gas. That's weird.
Does this smell like chloroform to you?
Lizzie starts walking across the room trying to find another door.
Gas is a byproduct of the Franks that they make.
I'm going to shoulder the door that's presumably locked, not checking it.
Alright, well, I'm not going to have Queenie roll to find another door because there is not one. I don't like making people roll for things that won't have a result. Sterling, go ahead and roll wreck to try and knock this door down.
Alrighty.
We're gonna say this is desperate standard because you are trying to do this quickly in order to get out of the gas chamber.
Okay. That's a 5.
Alright, the 5, you slam the door real good. It starts to wedge loose, and you see some of the gas start leaking out the door, but it's not quite there. We don't have anything else they want to do to try and get this door open or stop the gas. Either one.
I do want to remove the pocket square in my tie and tried to tie my pocket square around my face to at least vent some of the gas from getting into my nostrils and mouth.
Alright, roll Tinker.
I apologize.
That's a 2. I'll mark some experience on that guy.
Yeah, you drop your pocket square and it slides down the grate in one of the vents underneath you is dropping gas.
That was my favorite square. Now I have to get rid of everything that matches, and Ugh. Socks, the underwear, everything.
You wear underwear?
Don't you?
So bougie.
Why would we?
I don't know. What's the reason for it, seriously?
It gets sweaty and you chafe when you move around if you don't cover up the things that are down there.
If you remember, it looked like a chewed up black Twizzler down there, so it's not a real concern for me.
I am so pleased.
Okay, fine. You can let your beef jerky get all slimmed and gymmed for as long as you'd like. It's fine.
I'm going to call it Jim from now on.
Please don't. I don't need to know that. I'm saying this both in character and above board.
Speaking of things that are frail and ineffectual, does Max actually do anything to try and escape?
Oh no, he's... Max is quite comfortable.
We live here now.
Alright, how about Lizzie? Any contributions to escaping?
Could I take one of my pistols and try and shoot the lock?
The issue is not that the door is locked, because otherwise the sonic screwdriver could open it. It is barred from the other side. Like, where they have, those big wooden things they just put across the door that's, super secure.
My screwdriver has been dismantled for... Yes.
It made it ineffectual. I thought you were going to say you forgot it. I was going to generously assume you recovered it.
No, its head was shot out of my hand and damaged with a bullet.
Oh, I was going to just assume that you had to recover it, not that it was broken, but okay. If you want to say it's gone until you can get it repaired, I'm fine with that. I like consequences.
Yeah, I deserve consequences.
I have demolition tools that I would like to take and put a small charge on the door and try and blow the door up.
Roll wreck, I guess. To use some C4 to blow the door open. If you crit, that's going to be bad. If you get missed, that's going to be bad, though.
I'll tell you this, I have nothing.
Lizzie, the gas is flammable. Lizzie, do not blow that up in here.
Why not? Nothing else that we can do to get out of here.
We'll go up in a fireball, all of us. You, me, Slim Jim, and Sterling. All of his beanies incinerated. All of my clothes incinerated. Your gun and your dog incinerated. Max incinerated.
All his rats.
I'm not going to get a crit, I'll tell you that one.
My poor babies.
Because I've only got one. I got a 4.
Yeah, so with a 4, what's going to happen is I want all of you to roll a d6 right now to determine whether or not you're close enough to this explosion to take harm from it.
Uh-oh.
Because this is a small room, and Queenie did not give you a lot of heed.
I got a 2.
All right, Lizzie just forgot to walk away before she set off the explosive charge.
And Max is right beside me.
2.
And I feel like Sterling, seeing that Queenie was about to blow herself up, dove on top of her like somebody trying to shield her from a grenade. You're both going to take a first level harm of shell shock. The people who had a mixed success or better got away. As the explosion flashes, we're going to jump into our next flashback.
I see what you did there.
Exactly.
Star wipe.
3 of you see a young Max, tears streaking pathways through the dirt on his face. He appears to be in his mid-20s, which is weird because you saw him 100 years ago, and he looked just as fucking old, so this is a long time ago. Wearing military clothes, sitting atop what appears to be a virtual mountain of skulls. He's breaking off the enlarged canines and carving a name into the foreheads. Do any of you want to get close enough in the memory? Because you do have a mind space you can kind of wander.
Lizzie would.
I am desperate to know what he is writing.
Yeah.
Alright, so you kind of climb the mountain of skulls, which because you're semi-intangible and this is just a memory, you do fine. It's the word Elizabeth being carved into the foreheads of the skulls.
I look at Lizzie.
Wait a minute, Sterling, you met his wife. What was his wife's name?
Layla.
That was an ex-wife.
When you were in Sterling's memory, all 4 of you kind of were present, in a spectral form in, the mindscape. Max's spectral form's not here. It's like Max is not experiencing this memory with you.
What?
Max, where did you go?
I look down at Max and I call him by name.
What? What? There was an explosion. I can't hear. What?
Damn it, Max. All right. We keep this to ourselves for now.
For the audience, what Max experienced was a memory of this time Benny helped them open a jar of peanut butter.
Benny's a good man.
Why are there pickles in this jar? This is supposed to be peanut butter. God damn
Peanut
it!
butter and pickles.
Yeah, so if you eat peanut butter and pickles before bed, the combination of amino acids is likely to make you more likely to have lucid dreams, apparently.
Now, why'd you have to go tell me something like that?
No joke.
That is a weird fact Benny is sharing with... Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, same thing with drinking apple juice.
Because you know what Riley's going to do as soon as we get off this call, right?
Or you could do both.
As you see the younger Max sitting there carving with a large blade the name Elizabeth in each one of these skulls' foreheads. You see a regular Max, one that you know, just walking through, acting like he's miming trying to open a jar.
Benny, would you be so kind? I'd love it if you...
Just walks through the skulls.
Max, who's Elizabeth?
What?
Who's Elizabeth?
Who?
It's you. You're Elizabeth.
Why would he be writing my name on skulls when he was in his 20s?
Let's... Lizzie, you're not my favorite today. You're not my favorite today. You usually are, but today you are not my favorite.
Who's your favorite now?
Sterling, you've been promoted.
Max looks around and goes,
I don't recognize this room in the warehouse. Here, hang on.
reaches in his coat, pulls out a little rat. You can't tell if the rat's alive or dead or whatever, and he just acts like it's a remote control and clicks. And
squeaking with every breath.
poof!
Yes, and as Max clicks the rat, you all return back from the mindscape to the gas room where the door is no longer on the hinges and you can just walk through into animal control. So you find yourselves in a short hallway with one door on the right that says puppies and a door on the left that says rats. You suspect both areas route eventually to the stairs out of this floor to floor 52.
Drawn to both doors.
I know what you're thinking.
Max, where are we going?
Oh, I thought we were going to look for the dangerous puppies.
What, you don't want the rats?
No, we're heading upstairs to get rid of Nathan and to steal the paperwork that we were hired to steal.
Well, yes, but an army of dangerous puppies would be a lovely thing to have.
I would suggest, very graciously, that the puppies are probably not as cute as you think they would be.
Puppies are always cute.
Not these puppies. Not these puppies. These puppies are very, very dangerous. They're weaponized puppies.
That was mine.
All puppies are weaponized. Look at Shadow. He's sitting there. Oh, did Shadow lose all of his hair? What did that gas do? Poor
Yeah, it's
bald,
weird. You actually have a
naked
flashback
dog.
where you see things from Shadow's perspective. And you see, it's just this day Lizzie brought Shadow a particularly good stick. And he just gnawed on it for hours.
Who's your
You
good
do have
puppy?
the option. It's not recommended to split the party if you want to explore both rooms.
Oh, I'm more interested right now. I mean, vengeance is fine and dandy, and weaponized puppies are my jam. But I am a little disappointed we only got to see a little bit of Sterling's history. How about the rest of you?
Are you suggesting we go back into the hallucinogenic gas until we all have a flashback?
Well, the thing is, if you want to speak in a physiological sense, we have all ingested the gas. It's probably still in our lungs as we speak, and therefore the properties of the hallucinogenic, however shared, I don't know how that happens, will probably commence in 3, 2, 1...
And yes, now we're going to go ahead and flash back to Lizzie's flashback. I have notes for her. So, you're presented with a very familiar sight, the sight of the inside of the old Toby bar, with Nelson Willie behind the bar as usual. What's more peculiar is you see another familiar old man sitting in a booth in the corner, Max. Coming out of the bathroom, still drying his hands, is a younger, thinner Victor Lord. Sitting at a table in the middle of the bar is Swift Taylor, with a man none of you besides Lizzie would recognize. And that's when the saloon doors swing open and Lizzie walks in.
Swift, what the hell? You been with my man now?
Oh, I didn't see your name on him, hun. And he kind of like mimes looking around for like a tag or like something like, nope, no name on him.
Well, now he's not. He's not worth it anymore. Your grubby hands have been on him.
Mr. Nelson, I will take another, what do you call it, the Sterling Chaser, or is it the, I'll just take whatever it is you gave me. What's going on with
I believe
the
that's what we
lady
call
over
in the
there?
business a cat fight. Anyway, here, have this drink. It's a house special. It's called the Tequila Mockingbird.
Oh, I've had this before.
Well, yes, because you said to give you what I gave you before, so I'm giving it to you again.
I've been here before.
Oh yeah, Mr. Mailman, you come through here once every like 2 or 3 weeks with mail from the big city, right?
If you say so. All I know is I'm supposed to deliver these things. Oh, yes. Yeah, I'm sorry. New job. Yes, but who's the young lady over there that's so firebrandy?
And as we look back over there, Victor Lord has put himself between Taylor and Lizzie. Like, ladies, this is you're gonna give Nelson a heart attack. You know he's on in years. Let's not have this fight right now. Swift, you and your new fella friend, you get out of here. And and Swift and the currently nameless ex-boyfriend leave the bar as Victor consoles Lizzie.
I guess I just need to get out of this town and find something else to do.
Young miss,
Yes?
I couldn't help but overhear. I don't know what's going on, but my name is Joseph, and I hope that everything is going to go well in your life, despite whatever may have occurred here. It's just not worth it. You live as old as me, and you learn to rejoice in every day that you wake up above the topsoil. So this was a drink that I ordered and I forgot about, but you're welcome to have it. And if you ever find yourself in paradise, look me up.
Joseph.
Yes. I think I might. Thank you, Joseph.
You're very welcome. You're a striking young lady with a promising future ahead. I wish you well. And you, young man, I hope someone chops you into many pieces and then uses your body as some sort of wrecking service. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir. That's an oddly specific thing to wish on me. I'm not sure if that was a threat, but you have a good day, too.
That dude's kind of crazy.
Joseph, you know what they say.
Flashback in, and you see the gas coming in from the chamber. You probably need to choose something before this room floods with overflow gas.
All right, we need to get just someone make a choice. I'm tired of making choices.
Send Shadow into the puppy room.
Okay, do any of you go in the puppy room behind Shadow?
I'm going to immediately run after Shadow because I know that this is not a good idea.
I'll follow since Winston seems alarmed.
Lizzie, we're going to have a talk about your performance review when we're done with this.
Do Lizzie and Max go into the puppy room?
Yes, I do.
I was hoping her performance would be in cabaret, but it's been a while since I've been to a play. Where are we going?
In with the puppies.
Yay!
So you all make your way into the puppy room. As you enter the room, the door closes and seals behind you all. You see an employee frantically running towards you, actively disparaged when they see the doors are sealed. We need to get out of here! The Chihuahuas are loose! He turns to run back to whence he came, presumably toward the other exit, and you watch as an absolute horde of Chihuahuas swarm to block your path.
They're adorable. Come here, you little scamps. Come here.
Down, hold out a hand.
You watch as they go from a relatively neutral demeanor to this fierce warrior look. They all abruptly stand up on their hind legs, and you see that their front paws have opposable digits. And they reach their backs, but you hadn't noticed each had a sword on them. And they each pull out like a little Chihuahua-sized broadsword and wield them at you. There are 50 sword-wielding hind-leg Chihuahuas in front of you. You see on the wall overhead a sign that says Tactical Assault Chihuahua Program.
So they're switchblade puppies.
Ruh-roh.
See, the famous family felt that what would be more subtle and able to perform a full-scale invasion than a horde of cute animals, knowing that no one would suspect that these adorable little pups would soon be blade-wielding assassins. Now, does anyone have something incredibly high-pitched on them that they can trigger so the puppies drop their swords?
I have my...
If only one of you had some sort of sonic tool of some sort.
It's terrible. We did. Sorry.
I take the sonic screwdriver out, and I want to try to fix it with a tinker roll.
Sorry,
Sure.
I was hearing the narrator in my head. I apologize if it sounds like I'm talking to myself.
That's a 2.
You unscrew it, and the little bulb that makes the light comes out, and it falls down and breaks. It is now more broken.
On the bright side, I leveled up an insight.
I don't...
It's funny because you said bright side and it was a light bulb.
My next tinker roll will be 2 dice.
There you go.
There you go.
All right, and see, this is why I always say you should never purchase Lantern. You should always try to go independent.
What is this company? Why do they have these? What is the market for Chihuahua assassins?
It's surprisingly large, believe it or not. When you have warlords out in the desert who are looking to, purchase some soldiers that come cheaply and are easily disposed. When you have other territories that are looking to invade their neighbors, small crooks looking for an immediate squad of goons.
And the scientist running around trying to find the exit also yells, "Also, we make them for the animal pit fighting league that's on the middle thing. You guys have seen that on the TV, haven't you? With Taseroo and Sugar Bear and shit? Yeah, we need lots of those for that, too."
You manufacture them for the battles? That's not in the spirit of it.
And you actually see as several of the Chihuahuas just pounce on this guy and start brutally stabbing him to death.
May I roll for history on this?
Sure, are you trying to remember the before times? You get a bonus die for doing that. Otherwise, it's just regular study.
I'm trying to remember the actual reason.
Is history a roll?
No, this is Blades, not D&D.
The Stabwawa.
I rolled a 9.
That's not mathematically possible. Not a d6.
Oh, I'm sorry. Held it upside down. A 6?
There we go.
Justin, you can hold 2.
Yes.
Monster Cafe.
Most folks don't realize it, but the world is ripe with monsters. And when you have a monster problem, you need someone who is smart.
I came over here, I saw that there was a crime scene. I figured, I'd park here on the
Crime scene.
Brave.
It's just not our fight. We just honk the horn, everybody dissipates, and we just ride away.
And qualified.
If nobody is going to assist David with this, he is going to pull out his nunchucks.
Who gave him those nunchucks?
Van Helmen's family is none of those things, but they're the best we've got, so check them out on Monster Cafe. Available now wherever you find your favorite podcasts.
Enjoy what you're hearing? Rate us on your favorite podcatcher. Reviews on platforms like Apple, Spotify, or Good Pods help new listeners find our content. It's a completely free way to support the show. Thanks for listening.
Okay, we got there. All the shows referenced now, pretty much. Anyway, you remember, Winston pretty much hit the nail on the head. They can be sold as weapons, but also, like the scientist guy said, we also have a market for blood sports in these cities, and they need expendable, like a lot of times they'll do like a gladiatory thing where the child athlete who's raised an animal for combat blood sport has to mow down a bunch of easily disposable things. If you were doing this in the parlance of a video game, these are the mooks.
We should really stop supporting that business.
So there's that, and there's this strange young man back when I was fairly young. He I believe was associated with the famous family at one time. Something having to do with their hot dogs they have endured. But I believe they made these Chihuahuas in an effect to combat his terrible eating habits. His name was Joey Chestnut, and he was costing them a lot of coin, if I remember correctly. And they just couldn't have that anymore.
He ate 76 Chihuahuas?
I heard they paid him to be a vegetarian.
Sorry, I'm just current news. Joey Chestnut, who is the Nathan's hot dog eating champion, has been fired by them
because he's supporting the Impossible Dog, and then immediately afterwards, Netflix paid him an ungodly sum of money to perform against his heated rival Kobayashi.
These are strange times we live in.
Is this part of the podcast, or is this...
Yeah, competitive food eating reviews.
Is this happening in Paradise?
I mean, we're using the brand name. Might as well use some real facts.
No, I'm asking, this feels like this is an actual plotline from the show, because of how weird and strange and demented it is.
You're welcome.
Well, it's set in Paradise, Washington. It canonically happened if it happened.
Anyway, sometimes it's okay for someone to say something and it's just a joke, because I don't feel like incorporating this Joey Chestnut person, who's a real-life person, into the story. So anyway, you all need to do something about these Chihuahuas, because they have finished stabbing this man to death, and now they're all looking at you.
He didn't scream or anything. It was amazing.
That's because if I scream, Dommy will hate me.
Let's get out of here.
My chip armband, does it make noises when I push buttons?
not that would upset the dogs.
Okay.
Can I squeeze a rat?
You can squeeze a rat as a free action. It won't make a loud enough noise to upset the dogs.
Just upset us.
You can moderately annoy the listeners, but you will not upset the Chihuahuas.
Ah, task accomplished.
I was just gonna send Sick Shadow onto the Chihuahuas. Let him attack them.
Okay.
Shadow will get stabbed to death.
Who will win, 1 Bloodhound or 100 armed Chihuahuas?
I'll go to battle alongside Shadow.
May I actually make a suggestion, Lizzie?
Yeah.
If you're going to send your hound in this, may I suggest you lean into the pack mentality of dogs instead and try and have your dog convince them that he's the alpha.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll command, sway, whichever's better for you, to try and convince these Chihuahuas that Shadow is their leader.
Which neither are.
I just wanted to check to see if I can help with this. If I fill up my 9 bars of stress, that's a trauma, right? Or is it when I get to 10 that it...
You take a trauma and you become incapacitated for the rest of the heist.
Okay, then I will stand back. Sorry, can't help.
What you can do, Lizzie, is you could take some stress to do a flashback to you trying to teach your dog how to be more commanding, if you like.
Yeah, I'm gonna save the stress that I have available. But either way, I failed it because I had nothing, so I rolled at disadvantage and I rolled 2 3s.
Yeah, so with an affirmative 3, you kind of confuse the Chihuahuas for a minute, because like he barks at them, they bark at him. They do that, like they kind of like circle around trying to smell each other's butts for a second. With a mixed success, but very much a failure. You have bought yourself some time to think as Shadow is socializing with the Chihuahuas, but has not antagonized them.
Max, give me back the battery bottle.
Sure.
Starts looking through his coat.
No, not that. What is that doing in there?
Green, glowing.
Yes. Here it is. Here.
I want to take the damaged spirit that's inside that was making a horrible wailing noise, and I want to release it in the room to give us an opportunity to hit the release button.
Okay, I like it. So go ahead and roll a tune to try and amp this thing's shrill shrieking up as you summon the melted ghost.
5 and a 3.
Alright, with a 5, you summon the ghost. It makes a horrible shrieking noise. The Chihuahuas do drop their swords, and they all scamper back to their kennels. And now you have this horribly mutilated, melting ghost that looks really pissed at you.
Alright, let's find the door button, and let's get out of here.
You do need to get past the ghost. All of you can get past except one. You get the impression this thing can only reach out and grab one of you, so everyone else dashes to the exit to try and find a way to both seal the kennels and whatever. With this mixed success, you are going to... the ghost just shoves its hand into your chest, and you feel it squeezing your heart. And you're going to take a level 2 harm. But it used the last of spectral energy to do that, and it dissipates. I guess we're going to do Haunted? Even though that's weird, because that's a trauma. I'm trying to find a word for had a ghost squeeze your heart. That's not that entire sentence.
Defibrillated?
Defibrillated, there we go.
That's definitely what that means.
The ghosts in this universe do generate electricity. You do all find a door for the kennel, a button for the kennel release. So you shut that, and the Chihuahuas are no longer loose. And you find the button to open the door out of here.
I'm on my knees right now, hands clutched to my chest, eyes kind of rolling back in my head as I'm completely paralyzed in this situation. I feel completely shell-shocked.
And as you feel shell-shocked, and you feel this clenching sensation in your heart, you remember a day that your heart dropped a little bit more as everyone else experienced the last hallucination from the gas.
Lizzie, would you like some popcorn for this hallucination?
Sure.
And Max remembers a time where Benny helped to make popcorn and produce a spectrum popcorn.
I like this place.
It's nighttime in paradise. It is about 2:00 in the morning, and through the windows of the orphanage, you can see the street lamps and the neon signs outside, creating an ethereal, almost effervescent effect. It's that time at night when things feel almost illusory because of how strange the air is. And Winston Thoreau, not quite yet a doctor, sits and bolts up in bed. You see him in the humble orphanage in a pair of those old-timey pajamas that men would wear in I think it's like the 1950s or so, with the stocking cap and the long pants and the long button-up shirt. There is a small ghost, approximately that of like a 8 to 10-year-old boy, sitting at the foot of his bed. Winston is 17 years old. He has long banana curls falling in his face. Inside the room is very sparse and very plain. If you look at his side of the room, you see only 2 beds. All of the other beds have been pushed up against the other side of the room, almost stacked on top of each other, as if they're afraid to be near him and his cohort. Winston wipes the sweat off his brow using the hat and looks over to the empty bed that's next to him, expecting to see somebody there. He has a kind of almost puzzled, quizzical look on his face when the ghost that's sitting at the edge of the bed picks its head up and looks at him and says, "He asked me to open the window for him." And you see the wind blow the curls out of the side of Winston's head into his face, and he brushes them back and goes out the window and onto the not the balcony, but what's the fire escape, where he sees a young boy, a couple of years younger than him, probably about 14, maybe 13, who's very obviously been crying. His eyes are red and puffy, his hair disheveled and matted against the side of his head. "Nate, are you okay?"
No, Winnie, I'm not. I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't know when they adopted me they were gonna get rid of you. I told them not to, but they wouldn't listen to me, and they said, "Listen, either he goes or you go." And I didn't want to come back here. I didn't want to have to stay here again, Winnie.
Nate, don't worry about it. I know what my station is in life. I learned that a long time ago, that I might always be second best, or I might always be unwanted. I might never have a family of my own. Regardless if I go out and meet someone or find someone. But I'm okay with that. Because I'm not alone. I've got Cord in there. I've got lots of friends to talk to me when I'm feeling down. And I'm able to help people. And you need... Listen, when you got here, you gave me something that I never had, which was a true friend and quite frankly, a brother. And I'm grateful for that. And because I love you and because I care for you so much, I want you to have nothing but the best. And this is your opportunity to make this hellhole that we live in a better place. You can do great things if you put your mind to it. You can help people if you put your mind to it. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, and I'll always think of you as a brother, Winnie. Don't worry, I'm never going to forget where I came from. I'm going to do everything I can to make Paradise and the rest of the American Northwest a better place. And when I'm a big success, I'm going to bring you back into the famous family. You'll see.
I'm sure you will, bud. But don't worry about me. Tomorrow, I'll be out on my own. Be a brand new man. Newly an adult. And I'll figure things out. I always have, and I always will. And I'll come visit. I'll take the factory tour and you can show me around. You can show me all the cool new things that you're working on. You can show me all the cool new people that you've met. Just promise me one thing.
What's that, Winnie?
That you won't forget where you came from.
I promise. And he holds out his tiny little pinky for a pinky swear.
And I take my pinky and I pinky swear him back. And we do an elaborate secret handshake that requires 6 or 7 steps, including an incredibly dangerous and ill-advised hop on top of a rickety fire escape.
And that's where the flashback ends.
Max is still acting like he has popcorn in front of him, tears streaming down his face. I love this show so much.
Hold out a hand, offer to help Doc up.
Thanks, Sterling. It feels like my heart has been literally and figuratively ripped out of my chest.
That's because we missed a Chihuahua.
Sterling now has a Chihuahua in his bandolier.
Yeah, actually, you found that they, for some reason, because they wanted these things particularly vicious, they had a Beanie Baby Chihuahua that they were trying to teach him to use as a chew toy, and now Sterling has acquired a Chihuahua Beanie Baby.
Thank you for this gift.
With some gentle teeth marks on it.
A Stabwawa.
Stabwawa.
Yes, it also has a little, plushy claymore in it.
Aww.
I love it so much.
Alright, so are we going to see the rats, or are we heading upstairs?
Oh, I have a few on me, but if we need rats, yes, we can go see the rats. I think that we should go and see if there's a flashback from Nathan as to why he turned out such a... what? Sterling, help me out here.
He's a prick.
Oh, thank you.
He's a prick.
That, yes.
He's a prick. He's a prick. He's a prick.
Yes, as you said.
So you make your way up the stairs, because you're not going to the rat room, because I'm not going to do, a lot of that was, the same thing, but with rats. Except the rats didn't have little swords, they were just piranha of the land. That's basically what you missed.
Piranha rats? Man, can we go see the piranha rats?
Piratas?
Piratas.
Piranha rat? Piranha rat?
Ranatas?
Alright, so you have a hallucination of the Turn Left universe where you went to the rat room. Basically, the employee says the exact same sentence, but used the word rats instead of chihuahuas. And what you see...
And then we closed the door and went back.
Since you do make it up there, you see at the top of the stairs from floor 51 to 52 an airlock. And you see heavily reinforced, break-resistant glass that gives you a view into what appears to be an underwater area on the other side of the airlock. And the sign above the door says, Underwater Research Facility. Watch out for the crocodiles.
Oh, yeah.
But that's what we're going to pick up next time on Blades in Paradise.
Blades in Paradise is Paul Kinter as Master of Ceremonies, Justin Langston as Maximilian Graves, Faith Queenie Long as Lizzie Calhoun, and Mel Riley as Sterling Ackred, and myself, Jim Remus, as Dr. Winston Thoreau. Dami Widener is our editor. You can directly support this show at patreon.com/bardrocknetwork, starting at just $3 a month. You can join us on Discord, you can come play games with us, we'll even send you network swag at the end of the year. You can visit our sponsor, Evil Hat Games, and use code BARDROCK10 to buy cool games like Blades in the Dark, and let them know we sent you. You can support the podcast for free by sharing us on social media, word of mouth, or rating and subscribing on your favorite podcatcher. Lastly, you support us just by listening. Thank you for listening, dear friends.